Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ado Deep Potato. Back for another episode, the second episode of Building Minecraft Disneyland. So I'm back. I know it's been a little bit, it's been a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but progress has been slower than I expected, and there were some hiccups, but I'm back now. Oh, and rain stopped. But I am back now, and so today we'll be taking a look through the new additions to the park and the changes that have happened since we last saw it. So without further ado, let's get right in. Take us right on over here. So of course, last time we got to take a look at the Main Street Railroad Station and the tour garden, the entrance, all that stuff. Well, we made a lot more progress, but we also had a major hiccup in the fact that we had to move, pretty much take some of these buildings, including the tour garden, and shift them around a little bit so that the road and the town square could actually fit without being out of proportion. But it is this part at least is finished. So we have made a couple of changes, nothing too major. You'll notice that some of the wall over here is gone if you watched the last video, and this is a little bit different. The police station is no longer here. For now, you won't be seeing it again. Probably until the next episode or sometime after that. I plan on moving it that way. But we had to remove it so that way we could fit all the buildings we wanted to have. So not much has changed in the tour garden. Still the same setup for the most part. A couple of differences. We have some flower boxes over here against this wall now. Of course, this used to be stairs. That's a little bit different now. Building's about the same. We actually shortened the height just a little bit, so it's a little bit shorter than it was before. And there really aren't that many differences over here. We kind of spaced out this wall with some iron bars to kind of make it look a little bit nicer. And so now we come to our first actually new building. This is the Chamber of Commerce. This is one you won't actually find in Disneyland. This one is in Disney World. I'm not sure about any of the other parks, but it is in Disney World. There was a lot of design put into this, and we were inspired by several designs. And so we came out with a relatively nice looking finished product. Of course, sadly, you can't find all too many pictures of the inside of the Chamber of Commerce, so we had to work with what we got. But if anyone has anything that should be changed, they have any information about what's inside, that would be greatly helpful. Not too much in here. The whole point of the Chamber of Commerce building in Disney World is actually just for package pickup. So if we go back here, we just have a bunch of barrels where you could store the packages. There aren't really any photographs that we could find of what is in the back of the building. But presumably it's just storage area for packages. So the whole point is that if you buy a package, say in Adventureland or Tomorrowland, but you're trying to move around the park and you can't come back to get it in time before you have to leave, then you can have it sent to the Chamber of Commerce and you can pick it up on your way out of the park, since it's right here on Main Street, prime spot for that. Here, we'll take this walkway. So this little walkway connects the Chamber of Commerce building here to the City Hall, which is pretty much finished. There might be a couple details that we missed that we probably have to go back through and double check just to make sure it's finished. This is our newest building, City Hall, and over there you can see we kind of got some trees, just some filler. That way you're not just looking into the endless abyss beyond the wall. So here's City Hall. We took inspiration. Oh, no, stop. We took inspiration from the Disneyland, Disney World, and Disneyland Paris City Halls. I don't know why my controllers are not wanting to work today, but they are not wanting to work today. But so we took inspiration from all those city halls, both on the outside and on the inside. So City Hall is almost kind of like an information center. You can get information on the park and whatnot. Not too much really going on here. We have our main area, your info desk. Not super heavily decorated on the inside, and this is just a back area. Not sure exactly what happens back there, but that's probably, if I had to guess, this is probably just kind of your entrance. From what we could find, there aren't any entrances to behind the desk. You can't get behind the desk from the main entrance to City Hall or this entrance. You can't get behind the desk from here, so if I had to assume, that's probably just an entrance for employees. So yeah, really not too much going on here. This is actually quicker than I expected it to be, really. We did try to do as best we could with the detailing, trying to get the color schemes right while also still kind of maintaining that architectural style. So we did use kind of some unconventional blocks. Here you got your little American flag banners. I did put Disneyland Town Hall up here, though I don't know what exactly we would call this park, but you can barely see the sign anyway, so it doesn't matter all that much. So up here we kind of just got our hidden levers for the lights down below. There's nothing really up here. Now most of this, like I said, was inspired by the Disneyland City Hall, so like this stone slab column and the way the windows are done, that's all Disneyland City Hall stuff, plus the sign. But then we took inspiration from Disney World by bringing this bit out. We made this sort of balcony a bit larger. The roof, we used a darker brown color instead of the sort of reddish color that is at Disneyland's and Hong Kong Disney's. And then up here, this little clock tower is just purely Disney World inspired. So really quite a nice build in my opinion. And we're trying not to make them so tall, because of course you don't really want people to see over from the entrance. You don't want them to be able to see. You want them to only start seeing that whenever they're walking in. But it's kind of hard to force perspective in Minecraft. Use force perspective while also maintaining that detail. And so maybe eventually we might redesign the upper stories of these two buildings and the tower to be a little bit shorter and maybe thinner, so we can kind of give that effect of still being just as tall while not being actually as tall. Other than that, not very many changes at all. Of course, like I said, we moved the tour guide garden back a little bit, and we also actually pushed the Chamber of Commerce back. I believe there's actually supposed to be some sort of tree planter right in this area to kind of fill this little bit up with something. Um, and yeah, we did actually cut it close with City Hall again. We weren't completely sure if we had pushed it back enough. We weren't completely sure if we had pushed the Chamber of Commerce and the tour guide garden back enough. Thankfully, we did, but not that I would have wanted to rebuild all that anyways. I would have found a way around it. Um, and here we have planned the, I don't know what this is going to be. I believe this is just space in between the City Hall and the fire station, and then I think this is the fire station. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to check. It's something, but hopefully by next time we should have this kind of filled out a little bit more, more of the street, and the fire station should be in our next update, and hopefully we'll also build up the town square. It kind of looks a little bit wonky when you look at it from above, but I mean we're trying our best to make sure we don't have to rebuild anything all over again. And of course we did fill out the street a little bit. We were planning out the street, and we decided to take a different approach than what we were originally doing, because originally we were just building the buildings and then we were going to build town square in the middle. Well, we were like, no, that's not such a good idea, because what if we end up messing up the building placement and then town square is messed up and it's too small or too big? And that's kind of what was happening. Town square would have been way too small. It wouldn't have come up this way far enough. So good thing we kind of decided to catch that. We caught that and we decided to act on it instead of waiting any longer. But so it worked out pretty well. And there were a couple of changes that we made to this walkway. We shortened this walkway a little bit than when it was over here. Let's see. See, now I'm having doubts about what I said earlier. I can't remember if we had the Chamber of Commerce in the last video or not. I want to say we didn't, though, because I don't remember. But, yeah, no, I believe we didn't. Yeah, no, but so not as many changes as I thought there were. I don't know why I thought there were more changes than there have been. But hopefully next time we'll have a little bit more to look at. But I mean, for now, there's really not too much. If I'm being quite honest, there's not too much. There's not too many new things for us to look at. I mean, we had to make a couple of design choices, trying to replicate the designs, the actual designs of the buildings as they appear in the parks as closely as possible in Minecraft, which is not very easy to do. But the good thing is, luckily, we have a lot of people who've come before us and that have built Disneyland, Disney World, and have built these buildings in Minecraft. And so we can kind of take the best of their building and make it our own, sort of, add to it. I know a lot of these Disneyland builds are relatively older. They're a lot older than this. So I'm hoping, to incorporate some of the newer blocks, newer updates, into the park, and hopefully it all turns out good. I don't really know what else to say here, but hopefully it all turns out good, and hopefully we will be seeing you again much sooner. If everything goes according to plan, then we will have another video, not next week, but the week after. But that is, I cannot confirm nor deny that I'll be done with what I have planned for the next update by then. But hopefully there's enough for me to at least do something and give everyone a little update on what we got going on. But until then, I will just leave you with this. Leave you with a nice little view of our newest constructions, and we will see you next time on 8OD Potato.